It seems like only time a problem gets fixed is when people start dying. So it seems like somebody's gonna have to die for y'all to fix the problem.
Trapped in their own homes. That's what residents in Boston public housing, many who are elderly or have disabilities, told us they experience on a regular basis.
And it's happening because the elevators at that high-rise apartment complex break, and sometimes they stay out of service for months.
NBC 10 investigator Ryan Kath worked with our colleagues at Telemundo to take a closer look at the crisis and ask what's being done to fix a problem that puts vulnerable people in danger.
Sheila Thompson never leaves her apartment empty-handed. She pushes a cart filled with essential items like prescription medicine, water, and a chair.
See, it's not moving.
A chair because Sheila never knows when the elevator will stop working, and she might be stuck hours waiting for help to arrive.
We're not just laying around doing nothing. We have things to do. We're families. We go in and out. Now watch this. You gotta go like this.
The elevator Sheila needed to shut with her own hands is the one in her building that actually works. The other at the Ruth Barkley Apartments in Boston's South End is out of service.
But my family's very upset. They said, "Sure, you gotta leave, or they gotta fix them."
Alan Chamberlain gets around in a wheelchair.
I just pray every day that doesn't happen.
He lives on the 6th floor of the public housing complex and told us he's been put up in a hotel while the elevators were down and also rescued several times by first responders.
Well, yeah, I've been stuck in the elevator. The fire department has to come and pry open the doors to get me out.
The NBC 10 investigators teamed up with our colleagues at Telemundo.
¿Cuál es el problema con los elevadores?
To ask residents what kind of burden the elevator problems put on their lives.
Promises and promises. Calls after calls, and we were told the same thing, that they were going to fix it.
They need to open their eyes because this is falling apart.
I mean, it feels like a prison, and sometimes it is like a prison to the residents.
Dawn Oates is an outspoken disability rights advocate who is demanding improvements at public housing properties in Boston.
Hey, these are protected classes of people that deserve all the rights and privileges as everybody else.
Why are working elevators so important for the residents that live here?
Well, I mean, it's a public safety issue. If you're stuck in the hallway of your building, sleeping in your wheelchair because you have no way to get upstairs, that's a health and safety concern for everybody.
I was stuck in the elevator for a whole hour.
The issue was recently front and center at a Boston City Council meeting.
Because my mother is battling cancer. She's on the 8th floor. The elevator was down, and we could not get her to her apartment for her chemo.
Elected leaders approved local funding to help the BHA start chipping away at the backlog.
And elevator modernizations cost millions of dollars.
Administrator Kenzie Bach says millions more than they have to spend. The BHA estimates its total capital needs at $1.5 billion, but only receives a fraction of that, $30 million each year. But despite the shortfall, Bach says 10 elevators at Ruth Barkley are now earmarked for replacement.
It's a huge frustration of ours that people don't give us the federal funding support that we need. Our hope is that our residents will see, oh, this is really happening, like we are really going to finally get relief.
Residents have heard promises before, so don't blame them for wanting to see results before they celebrate.
What is the most frustrating part of the whole situation?
They act like that they don't care.
Ryan Kath, NBC 10 Investigators.